bringing you the news and information you need from the people making a difference. This is Comcast Newsmakers.
And welcome to Comcast Newsmakers. I'm Steve Swatt, and my guest of the segment is Sacramento City Councilman Kevin McCarty. Thanks for being with us.
Thanks for having me.
You know, the City of Sacramento, last December, I believe it was, it adopted a sustainability plan where you're really looking into everything you do in terms of how it affects global warming and the environment and things like that. You know, we're a few months into it. How's that working so far?
Well, we think we're on the right track. Taking a step back, you know, sustainability and global climate change is recognized by Americans and Sacramentans as an issue that needs to be addressed at all levels of government. So I think we stepped up to the plate and adopted a plan, and we'll be taking some steps in the next few months to help make a difference here in our own hometown.
Now, what is in that plan? I mean, what's the premise, really?
Well, I think the biggest premise is we need to be a leader by example. I think the City of Sacramento has the opportunity, when we address global climate change, to really take a step out and do some important things, whether it's purchasing clean fleets, making sure our buildings are built to green standards, what they call LEED efficient standards, making sure that we take a look at innovative ideas like turning our waste that currently goes to a landfill into energy. Other opportunities we have is whenever we make a decision on the City of Sacramento, any policy decision, make sure we look at the lens as far as how does this impact sustainability. For example, right now our trash is being trucked to Reno over the Nevada Pass every day. Does it make more sense not to save $1 or $2 on that freight and have it right here in Sacramento so we lessen the amount of global particulates we send into the air?
As you know, there's a big issue, a big debate going on in Washington and here over you know, what states should be allowed to do, whether it's a federal issue, a national issue, or a local issue. You know, clearly the City of Sacramento can't do too much to solve the overall problem, but as you mentioned, they can lead by example, and there's some things that I think would probably benefit the local residents.
Yeah, I think the other big thing we need to do too is how do we encourage and incentivize general citizens to do their part? In other words, how do we make it easier for people to make the difference? You know, the bumper sticker you see, think globally, act locally, you know, the famous quote by Gandhi, be the change that you want to see. How can we go out there and help people make a difference? One thing that we can do is, for example, make it easier for people to do solar installations on their roofs so they can not use as much energy. Make sure we train people how to have sustainable landscaping practices. Talk about ways how people can, you know, improve composting in their garden to lessen the amount of stuff that we have to send off to the landfills and so forth. So there are things I think the city can do, be an agent of change and help people make a difference themselves.
And on that solar roof project, I mean, that actually is working, isn't it?
Well, it just came out, and solar roofs are very, very expensive, and you know, it's about $15,000, $20,000, and the city permits were $1,000. So last year we waived the city permit, so now they're free to get a city permit, and we sped up the process. So we're just trying to make it easier for people to make a difference. You know, the city of Berkeley and Oakland, I believe, they're offering a program, and San Francisco, they're going to try to help finance individuals to purchase these solar roofs as well. And the city is currently looking into that to see what we can do here in Sacramento to also help citizens make a difference.
Is the city changing its fleet? Its cars and trucks? And
we are, and that's a major factor. One of the biggest issues for, you know, air quality and emissions right here are cars on the road. You know, currently we have a little bit of budget situation, so as we get new monies in to buy new fleets, we're making sure we purchase hybrid vehicles and low emissions vehicles so we can be making a difference and reduce our carbon footprint for the city of Sacramento.
And of course the city, as are other cities and counties and the state, are facing budget situations. You've got a, what, $55 million shortfall, sure. So that must put a crimp in your plans.
Well, one thing we think we can do is actually save money. You know, one thing as part of this plan, we're going to be hiring a consultant, an environmental consultant that really looks at green engineering policies, to take a look at what things that we can do in the city, best practices to save money off of our current examples, and we can redirect that money into making ourselves more of a green city.
All right, so for every crisis there's an opportunity.
Absolutely.
All right, Kevin McCarty, Sacramento City Councilman, thanks for being with us.
Thank you for having me.
And thanks to our viewers for watching Comcast Newsmakers. I'm Steve Swatt. We'll see you next time.